Could NIO hit $400 in the next 18 months? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. We saw this post over on Reddit from that fantastic community over there. But if you guys want a fantastic community that talks about stocks and everything in the stock market, hit that sub button. It's the best way to support the channel. Keeps you up to date on all things NIO, all things Tesla, and stock market in general. Also, we got links in the description for the Patreon if you want to hop in the Discord and get merch if you guys are into that stuff. But let's go ahead and hop into it. So there was a post over on Reddit from the user RK0820 who talks about why he thinks NIO is on the track to hit $400 in the next 18 months. And I was kind of skeptical about it because that's a hell of a jump from where we're at right now, you know, sitting at $38. And reading through this post, it 100% has me convinced that this is 100% acceptable. Like, this can happen. So he starts off the post basically describing where Tesla was. He compares it with Tesla. And before we get into this, let me just say this now, because I know we're going to get the hate in the comments. Tesla or NIO's dead. Don't compare it to Tesla, blah, blah, blah. If you guys are going to be those kind of people, just you might as well just keep watching. Just keep watching. But I'm telling you, this is solid advice. So he starts off by saying that Tesla in 2016 of quarter four 2016, they had 22,000 car sales and the price was at $50. And then he says that it took them until 2020 to hit $800 a share, and they had 180,000 cars sold in quarter four of 2020, which we all remember that because we talked about that in some previous videos. They're stock, baby. But he compares that to NIO's numbers from where they're at right now.
Right. Yeah, I was just gonna say NIO. You know, they were expecting to hit 150 this year and then 300 next year, but you know that got trimmed down some. But I mean, they can easily go from the low 40s last year to 200,000 by the end of next year, and you know that they're doing it in like half the time Tesla did it.
Right. So let's continue on with this article because you guys are going to see why I think this is possible. But he goes on to say that he thinks NIO in quarter one of 2021 had about 20,000 car sales, which is relatively close to where Tesla was at. And then in quarter three, he's predicting in quarter three of 2022, if they can hit 180,000 cars or 150,000, you know, which is relatively close to the 180 that Tesla hit, he thinks that they're going to hit that after they get this new factory up and running, which is 100% possible. Yeah, 100% possible. And he basically says that with those numbers, it's the exact same. Those are the exact same numbers that Tesla put out to go from 50 to 800, and that's the same reason that NIO can go from 50 to 400. And I think that he gives reasons on why he thinks that it can go to, you know, to that price. So obviously you're putting out the same sales, but you know, obviously you're not as expensive as Tesla. So we'll get into that here in a second. But in those 4 years, again, Tesla went from 50 to 800. And then, you know, they have the support. NIO has the support of the Chinese government. They have the support of the city. They have of cities and state governments. You know, look at the Hefei. I think it's Hefei. Yeah. The Hefei production, the park, the industrial park that they're building. Look at that. That, you know, that's obviously the support of that local government. Then he goes on to say, you know, there's deals with Sinopec, you know, you got these deals with Metro and Sunning and many more other partnerships that we've talked about before. And then EVs are obviously starting to become more popular in China. You know, the sales are going through the roof. Tesla just had a great month of sales of their cars in China. Yep. And then not even starting on expanding into Europe. Like we talked about that yesterday in yesterday's video about them expanding over into Norway. You know, September they're going to be building that factory or that NIO house over there to start selling in Norway. And you know, they're going to also be listing on the Hong Kong market, which I think in itself is going to be a big catalyst for it, you know, to get more support for NIO, not only just on the US, you know, stock exchanges, but over in the Chinese exchange.
Yeah, they'll get a lot of money from that, which is going to help them, you know, expand and everything. Right. So that's good.
And I still think that NIO, one of NIO's biggest things that they have going for them is the price of their cars and the range that they offer.
Yeah,
like to me, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I watched. There's some guy that he posted a bunch of NIO videos. He's over in China. He has a NIO, one of the SUVs, and he posted a bunch of just how he feels about the car and everything. And he had a video where he was talking about why he chose NIO over Tesla. And it came down to the price and the range. I mean, why spend more money to get the same range? If the quality's good, and he had his from 2018, and so he's had it for like 3 years, at least 2 years, and he had like no problems with it. So why spend more? And for the same thing.
And don't even get started on like the NIO House, the NIO Life, the battery as a service, the robo taxis, the just everything that they don't include, that we don't really talk about a whole lot. Is another form of income that nobody really talks about. Everyone's talking about the sale of their cars and stuff like that, but nobody ever talks about the others.
That is exactly why everyone always justified Tesla's price. That everyone, a lot of people thought were crazy, and everyone always said Tesla's more than a car company. Well, so is NIO.
And that's exactly what NIO. I feel like NIO's becoming the Apple. I think Tesla and NIO are both becoming apples of the EV industry. They're becoming more than just a music player or a computer maker or anything like that. Like, they're becoming a way of life. And I think that's what NIO's doing with the NIO houses, the NIO Life, and it's a fantastic marketing technique, and I think it's above its own.
Going back to the cars real quick, they're releasing the ET7 here at the beginning of next year, and that thing is going to be amazing.
I think it will too.
Just because it's their first sedan, which is, I've said before, I think personally you're gonna get more sedan sales than SUV sales, and just the range on that thing, like, don't even get me started with that, because the range is 620 miles, and the car's around like 80,000. If you can compare that to Tesla, which I can just feel the hate coming at me.
It's coming, it's coming.
But I'm gonna compare, because I was always comparing the Model S Plaid Plus to the ET7, just because the Plaid Plus had the highest range. But for all you people out there, I'm gonna compare, what the ET7 is competing against, which is the Model S long range. It's the same, pretty much the same price. The Tesla S long range is like 400 and some miles, like low 400 miles. It's actually 412 to be exact, for pretty much $80,000. ET7, same price, but you get 200 more miles. Why? The biggest concern that I'm assuming most people have with an EV is range. Why, like the guy was saying in his video, why spend more money for the same range? And it's a perfectly nice car, like it's a high-end car, and I have no reason to buy the Tesla S long range versus the ET7. You're getting 200 miles less, which is huge, for the same price.
And now, so we'll talk about, whether or not should you buy NIO now. First of all, this is not financial advice. This is all entertainment purposes only. We're talking about what we're going to do, things that we do. We're long-term players in this. Always consult your own financial advisor before doing anything crazy, because obviously the stock market is a real thing. You're going to lose or make money. If we look at the stock chart, we always go back to this. It's, to me, we've talked about this many times. To me, it's still oversold. You look at the full STO, you look at the RSI, and you look at the 50-day moving average. We're still below all of those. You want to be below the 50. You want to be below 50 on both STO and the RSI, and you want to be above your 50-day moving average. But obviously, that's coming back down because we're just well below that. So to me, NIO right now is still one hell of a sale price. Like, the fact, this is like the sale that just doesn't end for some reason. It's like a car sale; it just doesn't end.
I remember when we were up in the 60s, and everyone's like, "Oh, I wish I would have bought more in the 40s, and if it ever hits 40 again, I'm going to be loading the boat." Well, we've been in the low 30s, mid 30s, so hopefully all you guys been loading up, because everyone thought we would never see these prices again. So
I know I've been buying up. I've been buying up as much as I can. So think about this: would you be upset if you had the chance to buy NIO right now, and then 18 months you made that $37 turn into $400? You're going to be upset. You're going to be upset. Now, that's not saying, hey, go buy this stock, but think about it. We get a lot of hate in the comments saying, don't compare to Tesla and all this stuff. But would have, if you bought Tesla when they first came to the market, and they did not start. You didn't really see
Yeah.
a big price increase until as of recent.
Yeah, they didn't move
would
at
you
all.
have held that? Would you have
Right.
held that entire length of time? Probably not. Most people would be like, "Oh, this is dead dog water stock. Like it's dead. It's dying. It's always losing money." That's how people are feeling about NIO. And me personally, I think NIO is coming up to be the next Tesla. I think this is going to be an expensive stock in the next year to 3 years. 100%.
I mean, Tesla didn't really do anything for years until 2020, and then it took
Right.
off.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
NIO can do the exact same thing.
Let us know in the comment section below. Let us know. What do you guys think this stock's going to do? You guys think this stock's going to hit $20 in the next 18 months? Do you think this stock's going to go to the moon in the next 18 months? Let us know down in the comment section below. We love to have conversations with you guys. We love to keep up to date. And you know, we like to entertain all ideas. We're not haters here. We're just telling you what we do, what we believe. We believe in this stock like wholeheartedly. So that's why we're giving you guys this information. But honestly, I see this thing going to the moon. I hope it just goes to the moon. And this article is 100% like, I can 100% see this happening. Like, if Tesla can do it, why can't NIO? If you guys like this kind of content, hit that like, share, notification about all that good stuff. It really helps us grow the channel. We appreciate all the support we've gotten so far. Again, links in the description for the Patreon if you want to get into our Discord to get access to our portfolio, and the Discord portfolio where the users choose which stocks go in there. We're actually wrapping it up another choosing week today, but also link in the description for merch if you guys want any of that merch as well. We've had a couple people ask, so we threw it out there. But again, thank you guys so much for all the support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.